This is one of the first recipes I ever learned, and I'm going to show you why they say easy as pie.
Hello and welcome to my channel, and welcome to my kitchen. Liz is me, and you can call me Liz, and today we're making pastry crust.
Start with 2.5 cups of plain flour, 2 tablespoons of caster sugar, and a teaspoon of salt, and give it all a mix. Then add 100 grams of cold butter. Squeeze the butter with your fingertips and rub it into the flour. Letting the butter soften slightly makes this much easier. You can also do this in the food processor if you'd prefer. We want to break down the lumps of butter until the flour is nicely coated. A few small chunks of butter are fine, and we want the flour to start coming together. As the butter is incorporated, the flour will turn an off-white color. Once the flour starts to hold its shape, you're ready. Make a slight well in the middle. Slowly add a small amount of iced water and blend it in. Add a little bit at a time to make sure you don't make your dough too wet. We want it to only just start holding together. You'll start to notice lumps appear. Add more water if you need to. It should still be crumbly, but hold together when you squeeze it. Turn the mixture out onto a bench, and it's time to gather it together. Now there's no need to knead, just squeeze it and roll it and bring it together. Squeezing the ingredients together, you'll end up with a much more tender, flaky crust. Once you've made a nice ball, flatten your ball into a disc, wrap it in some cling film, and pop it in the fridge for 20 minutes. This will make sure that the butter resets and we're ready for the next step. Working with the cold dough makes it much easier to roll. Roll your dough until it's about 1/4 inch thick. It doesn't matter what kind of rolling pin you use. And we want our dough to be a few inches bigger than our tin. To make transferring the dough easier, roll it across the back of the rolling pin, lift it up carefully, and then you can drape it over the top of your tin. Lift the dough, don't pull it and don't stretch it. And if you happen to make a little hole, just pinch the dough together and it's as good as new. Lift and push as you go around, making sure that the bottom of the tin is completely lined. If you've got longer fingernails than me, use a rolled up piece of dough to help you push it into the edges. Go around 2 or 3 times if you need to, making sure that the bottom edge of the tin is completely lined and the corners are filled in properly. Once you're happy that it's completely pushed in, take your rolling pin and roll it across the top to cut that excess. If you're doing a pie with a lid, save this for later. Roll it back into a ball and pop it back in the fridge. Grab a piece of baker's paper, scrunch it into a ball, and then use it to line your pie. We need to weigh down the center of the pie while it bakes to stop it from puffing up. I'm using ceramic baker's beads, but you can also use dried lentils or rice. Then it's into the oven at 160 degrees. After 10 minutes, take it out and let it cool before taking out the beads. Such a simple recipe, but so many possibilities.
So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts and comments down the bottom. Tell me if you've ever made pastry crust before, or maybe you might try it now. If you're not yet subscribed, hit that button because there's plenty more where that came from. And I hope to see you back in the kitchen with me next week.